So I've been laid off for about a year now, and I am running out of money. I have 0 stacks, no bands, no hope. Hey man, do you want to be in our game dev competition? Winner gets $10,000. $10,000? Yes. So here's how it works. It's a 3-week game dev competition, including 6 total devs. Every week, 4 judges will come together and choose to eliminate 2 of the developers. And the last developer standing wins 10 freaking bands, dude. We're gonna be doing a spread pick after this one, baby. Come on now. Come on now. But we have one problem. Apparently, I can't just make any game I want, okay? It has to fit into a specific theme, which is gonna be announced the first day of the competition. So I guess I'll see you then. Okay, it's currently 12:59 a.m. Blackthorn Prod said they're gonna send over the theme at 1 a.m. I'm sick right now. My girlfriend's asleep, so we gotta be quiet. I'm like a billion recalls down right now. But we should get a ping any moment. There it is. Okay, ready? Okay, the time has come. The second blast. I don't care. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. The judges. Memento Mori. What the fuck does that even mean? Remember death at a stretch. Anyway, I'm gonna do some brainstorming, and then in the morning, we're gonna get to fucking grinding, dude, okay? Alright, so it is currently the morning of day 1, and we got the theme last night, and it is Memento Mori, meaning remember death. I did some thinking about ideas. I was like, oh, maybe like a horror game, obviously, you gotta remember the death, where you died or something. I thought of doing multiplayer game, maybe, and just fucking myself all the way hard. And then I thought, remember death, meaning remember that one day we're all gonna die, right? And what comes to your mind when you think of that? A bucket list. So, what I'm thinking is, what if it was a game where you have to fill out your bucket list before you die? Maybe you go to the doctor's like, hey man, you're gonna die tomorrow, so sorry. And then I thought, like, why don't we go with like the physics-based movement similar to Gang Beasts, or like whatever that other one is. I really like that one. I'm forgetting the name, but I forget. Human Fall Flat. So it's a big sandbox physics game, similar to like Goat Simulator. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Goat Simulator, you're gonna die in a day. Memento Mori. Hey, sorry, I realize I did kind of a bad job explaining my thought process there, but basically what I mean by a bucket list is there'll be a bunch of vague bucket list items that the player has to complete before they die. Similar to Goat Simulator in that it's just a big sandbox world, and there's random quests or bucket list items in this case that you have to complete. Anyway, thank you. I'm leaving now. So the first thing I had to do was set up what is called an active ragdoll. It's essentially, instead of having regular animations you use for your character, you animate it physically, so you get these wacky, weird, procedurally generated animations. But I only had 1 week to get the first build out for this competition, so I couldn't spend half my time just setting up an active ragdoll. So I spent $65 to buy one. And when I looked at the code base, it was just way too complicated.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
It's kind of like that thing, you pay $10 for a burrito, right? And you're like, wow, this burrito is massive. It has so many things inside of it. This could be 3 meals. But then when you go to eat the burrito, it's falling all over the place. Beans are on the ground. Lettuce is in my lap. I'm not having a good time. I would much rather prefer to pay the same price for a smaller, more elegant burrito that when I go to eat it, it doesn't spill all over the place. I don't have lettuce in my lap, lechuga on my legs. Anyway, I was so fed up with this waste of money I had spent on this asset. That was just way too much for what I needed. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I can create it on my own. Maybe I can do it in a day. That ended up being a very stupid thought. Alrighty, I have set up my guy. As you can see, he's gorgeous, made of spheres and capsules. Press play. We should see him ragdoll away. Cool. Okay, so I connected all the limbs. Press play. See how it works. Oh. Okay, we're definitely looking like a puppet. Things are a little fucked up. I think I'm missing something. Oh. He's kind of breaking it down a little bit. He's kind of fucking popping that popping his pussy. Anyway, this went on for 24 hours. Huge waste of time. But I finally found something. Okay, this is a big deal going on, okay? It's currently 4 p.m. day 2. Essentially, what I've been doing all day is trying to get an active ragdoll to work. I tried paying $65 for one.
Hell no.
I tried following a YouTube tutorial on how to do it. And then I found this article by, who is it? Sergio Abreu. He has an article about how he did it. So I am just gonna download the demo of what he implemented with his model and just work with what he has. So we finally had something in terms of an active ragdoll that actually works. So the first thing I did was I modeled up a little guy. He's pretty cute. Look at him. Look at his little butt, dude. But now that we did have an active ragdoll and a model that fit that active ragdoll, I finally added some features that I wanted in the game. You can walk around, right? You can jump now. And if you hold shift, you can flip. We got the ability to pick up objects. You can kind of climb. It's a little hard.
Perfect.
I added the ability to get knocked out. So if you get hit by a heavy enough object, it was kind of a pain working through all the different options for ragdoll controllers, but I found a good one. It seems to work. So today, I want to get a map built out and get like the post-processing set up, make the game look really good. Cut to me showing you the dope-ass map. Ready? That's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be so cool for you guys. Shit. Anyway, after all that, I finally had my map built out. We had a forest you could go frolic through. We had a city. We had a basketball court. We had a little beach, a little cute little beach. The post-processing, I changed it so the lighting looked way better. It looked way more cartoony and nice. I got some good assets that kind of matched.
Holy shit.
Anyway, I was feeling good. And then I got some new information. It is currently the 4th day. Thursday, and they said we have until 9 a.m. on Sunday to submit our build. Well, that is different time for me in the US. That is 1 a.m. on Sunday. So I have less time. I thought I had all of Sunday to complete my project.
Hello, Bozo.
So I just figured out that instead of having 4 more days, I only have 3 days to finish this. And we still don't have a task system. We still don't have like the way to interact with objects. We don't have NPCs. We don't have freaking all the quests even laid out yet. So all I'm trying to say is I got my work cut out for me, and today I'm gonna try to implement a game loop. So wish me luck. Bazinga. All right, quick little update. I just finished the task system. Pretty excited about it. Let me show it to you real quick. Ready for this, dude? Look at this. Oh. Okay, I spoke a little too soon there. Cool. Okay, check this out, dude. So you got, if you hold tab, it shows your bucket list. Isn't that sick? And right now the only quest we have is dunk a basketball. So we have this one, and when we go up here and we dunk the basket, go up here and we dunk the, damn it, hold up, and we jump and we dunk, damn it. Ball, line it up. Damn it. Okay. Line it up.
Here it comes! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Dunk a basketball complete. That's the idea. And I think it'll be dope. So I got to figure out what I want to do next. I kind of want to work on NPCs. Maybe. NPCs. So my idea for the NPCs were that they would just be scattered around the town, right? Gives the player something to go interact with. So what I needed was a copy of the player that was controlled via script as opposed to controls on a keyboard and mouse. And the first thing I wanted them to be able to do was walk a path. Testing NPC number 1. Okay, we do have an NPC. And then if we go ahead and we increase movement. Look at that, he's running away. We change movement a little bit. Okay, you can only move one direction. So I want to be able to set it so it has a target and it moves to that target. Does it work? Does it work? He should rotate and go over here. Press play, he should move right to the corner. There we go. Okay. Moment of truce. Moment of truce. He's moving! He's moving to position! Now he's a little confused. It's a little broken because if I move this, for some reason he takes like an angle every time. I'm not sure why he does that. He's knocking over. Oh. Okay, so it looks like he is always pointing to it, but taking a big ass arc to get there. Why? He's still arcing. Why is he still arcing? So this is 0. Set Y to 1. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. So now, there we go, dude. Dude, it's these breakthroughs when it comes to game dev that just fucking, mwah. It's the trophy at the end of the race, dude. It's the burrito at the end of the tunnel, dude. It's the fucking stamp of approval by the your friend you look up to, dude. Anyway, yeah, I cut a lot of that out. That took fucking, how long did that take? 1 second. It only took an hour, but to me, it felt like a lifetime. What? That only took him an hour? He must be a genius. He must be a savant. He must be brilliant. It's a platform where you learn by doing. Whether it's math, programming, or data science, Brilliant has thousands of interactive lessons that push you to think critically and solve problems in real time. I've personally been using Brilliant to brush up on some linear algebra concepts that I haven't used in a while, which helps me a great deal with, game dev. One of the best things about Brilliant is how it helps build your problem-solving skills. It's not about memorizing facts, it's about learning how to think and apply concepts. The same way you debug your code, or make a new mechanic for your game. And with their app, you can even squeeze in a quick lesson while you're on the train, or maybe you're waiting for your code to compile, freaking learning all day, every day, To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for 30 days, head to brilliant.org/bewky. That's brilliant.org/BEWKY. Scan the QR code on screen or hit the link in the description. You'll also get 20% off if you decide to go premium. Thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. Now back to that freaking guy who was talking earlier, freaking genius, savant, freaking super smart, genius, capable young adult. So I know what you're thinking. Oh, wow, you got NPCs done. That's so cool. Your game's basically done now. No, it's not. We had a good base. We had an active Ragdoll character controller that was silly, goofy, and wacky. We had a small open world map. We had NPCs that could walk around. We had a quest system, but that had taken us 4 whole days to complete, and we still had a bunch of other things to do. We had to add more quests, add NPC voice lines, add a story, add items, add weapons. All this had to be done within 1 single day. Basically, what I'm saying is this last day was one of the most intense dev days I've ever experienced. So what I did at this point is I just started brainstorming task ideas. We could add doing a backflip. We already have flipping in the game, and doing a backflip might be on someone's bucket list. Another one I wanted to add was we have climbing in the game, right? So why don't we have one that's like climb Mount Everest? So I set up a bunch of platforming rocks you platform on, that you climb up a mountain, you reach the top of the mountain, climb Mount Everest, complete. But then I had sort of like an epiphany. What is the goal of week 1? We want to show the potential of the game, the potential of what the game can be. So I thought to myself, like, what is this game gonna look like at the end of the competition? Well, 1, we want to have items scattered around the map that the player can equip and interact with. The game should have some funny moments, right? It's like a goat simulator thing. Maybe there's cars that drive around and they hit you and you go flying. It's silly, goofy.
Goofy off. On God, bro, you're a menace. No cap.
There should also be like quirky little characters you can talk to throughout the world. Maybe they contribute to the overarching story of the game. And to wrap it all up, all of these different features I just mentioned should kind of mesh together and contribute to the bucket list items you need to complete. So the new plan was to take these features and implement them in their smallest form. So when the judges play my game, they can see the potential. The freaking potential, dude. It's all about So I was looking around poly.pizza. It's a great 3D model resource. And I found this pair of boxing gloves. So I took it in a blender, modified it a little bit to make it fit the art style of the game. The ability I ended up giving the boxing gloves was just like smacking the shit out of whatever it punches. And to go along with that, again, I added the bucket list item of become a boxing champion. I realized that's not really a common bucket list item probably, except for maybe like Jake Paul. But, you know, I added it. So how it works is I put a boxing ring on the beach, and there's a little boxer in there that you have to go, knock out, throw out of the ring, and you become the boxing champion. After that, I decided to work on the character's voice lines. So I opened up Audacity and recorded some greetings. Hey. How's it going? Great day today. Beautiful weather we're having. My wife left me. And thankfully, this feature kind of built upon itself, and I was able to easily add a dialogue system like we wanted to add earlier.
I was taking a walk up the mountain earlier, and when I got home, my ring was gone. I hope no one takes my ring before I find it.
Where the heck is my ring?
So you go around searching for the ring, eventually you find it, and what are you gonna do? Return it to the owner? Of course not. You're gonna die in 24 hours, and you wanna get engaged before you die. So you take the ring, and you go around the town looking for a suitor of sorts, a hot, sexy partner.
Holy shit.
You hoop it over the person, get engaged, bucket list item complete. So we had the main features in the game that we wanted to show off to the judges so they could see the potential of what the game could be. So I just started adding some polishing features. I added like cars that drive around, and by cars I mean car, and by drive around I mean they just don't. They are a little bit buggy.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
After that, I recorded like a little intro sequence to kind of set the game up.
Hey, it's your doctor here, Dr. Blender. Hope you're having a great day. Just thought I'd call you. I was looking at your file this morning, after I had my cup of joe with my wife. Well, I love her so much. I was taking a look at your file, and I noticed, you're gonna die tomorrow. So, yeah, sorry about that.
And with that, I was out of time. So I built the game and I submitted it. But there were still so many problems with the game. The climbing was super unpredictable and like hard to get the hang of. I had my friend playtest it, and he was having a rough time.
Nope. 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 Nope.
You also moved extremely slow. And if that wasn't bad enough, I also got the chance to play the other contestants' games before we got judged. And I'm scared of this one. I don't like jump scares. Oh, it's an Unreal Engine too. Oh no! I've got a gun that's physics based. I'm fucked, dude. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it's cool. No. Oh no. Hat. Gold deer? Code-ear. Code?
Huh?
It
Kill that.
creates monsters.
Kill that.
Oh no, it looks so good.
That does look cool.
I think I'm fucked.
This one's cool.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I didn't think the last one was that cool.
Honestly, at this point, I was like ready to call it. I was like, okay, I'm done. It was a good run. We tried our best. All I had to do at this point was just pray that the judges would see the vision and they would move me on.
Greetings. So without further ado, we're going to announce the first developer who passes on to the semifinals.
Yep, the first developer to pass is going to be Blixian. In no particular order, the next contestant moving on to the next round is Godier. The third dev to the semifinals is Dryden.
Now, guys, we have to eliminate two of these three developers here. So we've got Bewky, we've got Short E, and we've got Strumpy. Each of them made very, very different games. That's why the decision was super, super hard. So the last person to join the semifinals is Bewky.
I was genuinely so shocked when I made it through. My game was so buggy. There were so many issues with it. I barely had any content, so I was shocked I made it. And I actually was able to get a hold of like the recording from the judge's call, like before the actual judge meeting, and everyone had me at their bottom 3 except for one person, and that person was dual wielded, baby. I appreciate you, King. You were the only reason I moved on, because you put me in second for some reason. You saw the vision. You the GOAT for real. Anyway, we officially had another week to make this game, you know, more like it was meant to be in our heads, right? In my head. I don't know why I keep saying our. You didn't do anything. You did nothing to contribute to this game. But first, there was one more twist in the competition, and that was each contestant in the competition was paired up, and then each pair would have to give each other a new theme to incorporate into their game. So it was Lixian and Codier, and then Dryden and myself. And Dryden's game at this point was kind of giving like a medieval fantasy magic type vibe, and there was $10,000 on the line. Okay. So I wanted to give Dryden a theme that would be hard. I could not think of a word for your game. I turned it back on. I was playing through your game. I was like, what is the antithesis of this game?
Asshole alert. Asshole alert. Asshole.
I thought maybe just a random word. Refrigerator. I thought about that, you know, just something that wouldn't fit in the world whatsoever. And that's kind of the direction I went in. So my word for you is computer. Hey, anyway, I thought he was gonna give me a theme that was equally hard, and then
okay, so it's not so bad. I gave you one. I think it's not so bad. I think it could be cool.
Okay.
The theme is piracy.
Sweetheart alert. Sweetheart alert. Sweetheart.
Like, what the fuck? Pirates? I can work with pirates. So we had a few goals for this week. 1, we have to implement the theme of piracy, okay? 2, climbing being very difficult and hard to master is not good. The character model, despite his cute little butt, was also pretty amateur at best, and the character controller in general was just really buggy. So the first thing I decided to implement was making it so climbing would just be easier, right? Sometimes you would try to climb up, you would hit your head on the wall, sometimes you'd hit your feet, and I realized that the main reason this was happening was because the character's arms were just so short. You didn't have enough clearance to like get your feet up. So a simple solution to this problem was just making the arms longer. And while we're at it, why don't we just completely remodel the character in general? Because that'd be cool and not a waste of time at all, you know what I mean? Anyway, after making the changes, we finally had it. The character could climb up the mountain pretty easily. So the next thing I needed to add was changing the movement speed of the player to be faster. And this sounds pretty trivial, right? In most games it is. Most games you just change a slider, make character go faster. But it's not that simple with an active ragdoll. Basically, our character, you know, moves like an actual human. It's one step after another. It's all moved via animations. So you might think like, oh, why don't we just increase the speed of the animations? Therefore, his legs will move faster. The character will move faster. But that doesn't work how you might think it would. Basically, what I ended up having to do was create a new running animation that had like longer strides, and then tweaking the active ragdoll settings a little bit. But the active ragdoll settings are very hard to understand, so it's a lot of just trial and error. You're just like, change this setting, press play, did it work? No. Change this setting, press play, did it work? No. Over and over again. Torturous process. I also made it so the character holds his arms back when they run, you know? Like that kid in your school back in the day who would wear the frickin' Hidden Leaf Village headband, run around the hallways like Sasuke. That kid would get ridiculed back in the day. It was very hard to watch. But, you know, like, anime's cool now. So, are they cool now? Leave a comment down below what you think. Anyway, it was finally time to add Dryden's theme of piracy. At first, I was like, okay, maybe we add some pirates to the forest. Maybe the pirates try to attack you in the forest. You gotta knock them all out. Become the best pirate bucket list item. I don't know. Become the best pirate isn't a very good bucket list item. But then I had a little bit of a weird thought. But hear me out. Basically, what I thought was like, okay, what's a common bucket list item? Maybe you're a strapping young man You live in the Midwest and you're like, oh, I'd love to be a star one day. I want to be a big actor like Leonardo DiCaprio and really take a liking to weirdly young women. So my idea was that there's a movie being filmed and you, the player, will star in that movie. And what is the theme of that movie? Piracy. We solved it. We solved it, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands up. And while you're at it, fucking click that like button. So I found a pirate ship model on the asset store, tweaked it a little bit, you know, made it so the materials match our game a little bit more. Then I modeled a couple like movie lights. I added a backdrop, like a fake movie prop backdrop with like a beach on it. And then I hid a treasure chest in the aft cabin of the boat that the player will have to get off of the ship. But, uh-oh. The door's locked. How are you gonna get the treasure? How are you gonna get it? The door's locked. Anyway, you basically have to take a crate, you move the crate over, you climb up to the top of the cabin, drop in, unlock the door, take the treasure chest, throw it off the ship, star in a movie complete. But we're still missing one thing. A director, of course.
And action. Alright, new guy. You're a pirate. And you're trying to steal the treasure from this boat. Because you have like a tiny little boat. And whenever you bring your boat in front of the other pirates, they all laugh at you. And they're like, oh my god, look how ugly his boat is. It's so stupid and small. Like,
why is it so small? I've never seen one so small before. It's okay, honey.
Anyway, I felt really good about the implementation we had for our theme. And now we can finally start working on the things that matter. Like adding more NPCs, adding more quests, adding more items, adding a good story. But first, let me just quadruple the size of the map, add a massive 3D platforming section, upgrade the post-processing, continue to modify the character controller for a really long time, and add these weird swing things. And now we can get to the important stuff. And let me just check real quick, how much time do we have left? 1 day. That should be enough, right? Basically, what happened is I got into a bit of a frenzy. I got a little distracted working on things that don't really matter for the game. So now we only had a single day to add more NPCs, more quests, a story, a bunch more items. Basically impossible, right, to do in a day. But I buckled down and I believed in myself. I believed we could do it. So I added, just kidding, I actually had no time. So I tried to add a couple more items, a couple more quests, and that was it. I'll kind of explain them here. At the end of the 3D platforming section I mentioned, I had these shoes, which was the next item. I called them the Blackthorn Prod 3s.
Fresh ass G, the weed is old. Yeah, that's how we rock.
Trying to get a little brownie points from the judges. Anyway, they actually ended up being really fun. Basically how they worked, they'd make you run extremely fast, kind of like a cartoon character. And you could jump really high too. It felt like you were driving a car almost. I feel like this mechanic could be a game in itself almost. And then I added a couple more tasks. I added one called Make It Rain. That's a common, I want to do that. I've never been to the strip club. I want to make it rain. You know what I mean? I modeled the strip club, added a active ragdoll stripper, dancer, whatever you want to call it. And you have to take the money from the table, throw it to the stripper until, you know, you get all the money on the stage. I also added a big Ferris wheel for a task called Go on a Date, where you have to, basically what you have to do is you have to knock out one of the characters, bring them to the Ferris wheel, jump on it with them, bring them to the top, and then you get the Go on a Date bucket list item complete. Anyway, at this point, I didn't have much time, so I called it, I built the game, I sent it in, did the devlog or whatever, and my only hope was that maybe the judges would see the new direction I was taking my game in, they'd see the potential and give me one last chance to implement the features I wanted to implement.
So the first game to go through is Dryden's game, Catacombs.
And then I was hoping the next developer, the final developer to go through, would it be me? Would they see the potential?
There's 3 more developers, bewky, Codir, Lixion, and the second finalist of this Blackthorn Prod game of competition is Lixion.
Yep. I got eliminated. Too bad. So sad. You guys should have seen the potential of my game. You couldn't even come to comprehend what I was thinking. The plan I had in my brain for the game that I was going to make. But I was out. And I think I know why, right? I mean, like, let's be honest. If you test this game out, I'll put it in the description. The movement is bad. I made the world way too big without filling it up with NPCs. You know, I didn't leave myself enough time. I should have just kept the game world small and then added a bunch of life in the map that you can go interact with. So it's totally fair that I lost. Spoilers, you've probably seen this video. I mean, it came out 3 months ago. Lixian won. Congratulations, Lixian. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. This is gonna be a long video. I already know. I've edited like half of it and it's already 15 minutes. So appreciate you for making it this far into the video. Subscribe if you're down. If not, it really doesn't matter. So like the video, comment. That'd be cool. That helps. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Toodaloo.